88.153 requires that any new, extended, or modified collective bargaining between a local government employer and an employee organization be approved by the governing bodies of local government employer and public hearing. That the chief executive officer of the local government shall report to the local government fiscal impact of the agreement. The board of trustees of the Clark County School District, or CCSD, approved a negotiated agreement between CCSD and Clark County Education Association, or CCEA. An agreement has been reached pending approval by the board of trustees and the interim superintendent of schools regarding amending the language of 2023-2025 negotiated agreement concerning the professional salary table. There are no additional costs associated with entering into this memorandum agreement. This is time and place to conduct a public hearing on discussion of a possible action on approval of the new memorandum of agreement between the Clark County School District and the Clark County Education Association regarding amending the language of the 2023 through 2025 negotiated agreement concerning the professional salary.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. All right, individuals who signed up in advance. We have Jessica. Jessica Sheenan, forgive me, and Jordan Wagner.
Okay, hi. My name is Jessica Sharon. I'm a school psychologist here. I'm a state member and I'm the president of the Nevada Association of School Psychologists. I am here to ask for your approval for this item. We plan to clarifying the contract language for this professional salary table. From the perspective of the school psychologist and another licensed professional, adding certainty that our education will be considered as we are hired into the district means so much. Because historically, when I was first hired, where we are now, we have made so much growth. And if we can continue to ensure that other licensed professionals are compensated at their educational level, we can finally be competitive. We haven't been competitive for a very long time, and school psychologists and other licensed professionals have been in a critical shortage for as long as I've been in the district, long before that, and maybe long after I'm gone. But that doesn't have to be the case. For a school psychologist, we are required to have a master's plus 32 in order to get an educational license. I know that counselors are required to have a master's degree in order to even be a school counselor. The same is for, that goes the same for occupational therapists, for physical therapists, for audiologists, all other licensed professionals. So by adding language that ensures that our education is considered upon our hiring and our placement on the salary table, it would mean that maybe these positions that mean so much to our students don't have to be in a critical shortage anymore. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Jordan Wagner.
Hello, trustees and interim superintendent. My name is Jordan Winger, and I'm a school psychologist in CCSD and also serve on CCA's executive board. I am speaking in favor of adopting the clarifying language to our current contract. This language change addresses the initial placement of licensed staff on the salary table. It seeks to honor education and experience relevant to that educator's field. I can certainly speak to the positive impact this language will have for our incoming other licensed professionals, like psychologists, social workers, counselors, just to name a few. These positions require advanced degrees to license just to practice in the schools. Counselors and social workers require a master's, school psychologists end up with a master's plus 32. You all have heard many people talk about how CCSD's starting teacher salary is finally competitive with the Western states. But I also want you to know that this language change ensures that we will also be competitive with the starting salaries for our OLPs. For instance, the starting salary for school psychologists next year is competitive with LA Unified, both starting at $93,000. We have taken several steps forward in addressing specifically school psychologists starting salaries within the last several years. I'm excited for my department to go out and recruit more of us because ultimately better ratios for our mental health professionals our providers ensures that our students receive the wraparound services that they desperately need. Thank you for your time.
Colleagues, thank you for the comments. I'll start with Trustee Guzman. Trustee Guzman.
Thank you, President Garcia Morales. I have to abstain from this vote because some of my members will be able to benefit.
Thank you for that. And allow me to go off script here, colleagues, or excuse me for going off script. I want to confirm that the public comment is over and the public hearing is done. And excuse me, the public hearing is now closed. Thank you, Trustee Guzman, for that extension. Trustee Watson.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to disclose that I am a staffer with the Clark County Education Association, although I don't have a right to, I didn't want to make that disclosure.
Thank you for that. Correct. Thank you, Trustee Watson. Appreciate that. Trustee Gavaco.
Thank you, Madam President. First of all, I want to thank the two school psychologists that are here tonight. I know what your ratios are like. I know what your work is like, and I commend you and thank you very deeply. I think we all do for the work that you do. I am ready to make a motion, but I see that there are other colleagues in the queue.
Welcome to make that motion, Trustee Gavaco.
Okay. I would like to make a motion to approve 3.02 public hearing, the approval of the new memorandum of agreement between the Clark County School District and the Clark County Education Association regarding amending the language of the 2023-2025 negotiated agreement concerning the professional salary table.
Thank you, Trustee Gavaco. Trustee Bustamante Adams.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to second that motion.
Thank you, Trustee Bustamante Adams. Colleagues, we have a motion by Trustee Cavazos, a second by Trustee Bustamante Adams. Please cast your vote. Okay, colleagues, thank you. That motion passes 5 to 1 abstention. Thank you. All right, Trustee Bustamante Adams. Oh, thank you. Mr. Hall, thank you. All right, colleagues, we are now at the agenda, point of the agenda where we're going to go into public comment on items not listed as action items. Okay, this is time if you would like to speak on an item that was on our agenda, please submit a yellow card. Otherwise, once we begin taking public comment, we will no longer accept yellow cards. Will begin with individuals who signed up in advance. Is Rachel Farmer here? Rachel, come on up, please, followed by Dr. Beagle.
Thank you tonight. You'll forgive me, I'm going to be reading off my notes. I'm a mother of 2 twice exceptional children who are gifted and also have a 504 and they're me tonight. My son is exceptional and gifted in math and science. He has been assessed for math. And he is now taking 9th grade algebra, 7th grader. I'm very proud. However, over the past 2 years, a request for his science to be assessed has been denied. Despite him scoring 99.9 percentile on the national math test, is high even for a high schooler. I lost my spot, forgive me. His neuropsychologist in his 504 evaluation recommended that he be academically challenged and placed in appropriate classes. However, over the past 2 years, every year, these requests have been ignored, and we are absolutely perplexed why he was able to accelerate in math, but not in science. We've spoken with numerous administrators at the district and to request options for him to just simply show his competency, to show his abilities, for him to say, I don't want to be reviewing anymore. I want to be learning. He's excited, he's enthusiastic. Science, he really wants to work in. As we've spoken with these administrators, we've gotten conflicting information that, as I've now reviewed a lot of the state statutes, also conflicts with the state statutes. I've asked for clarification on policies and where we're getting the no's from. Nobody can tell me where the no comes from, but I can find a lot of information that would allow him to test and show competency and take classes that are higher accelerated, similar to what he's already doing with math. What I'm requesting from you is your assistance, because one of these statutes names you guys specifically. So some of the statutes that we need clarification on that I hope will help not only my son, but other students like him. I've spoken to other parents who are struggling with the same restriction. Statute NAC 389.829 and NAC 389.670. That last statute specifically is credit granted for performance, an exemption on examinations in lieu of attendance. So testing it, an end of year exam, something that reflects what we did in that. In that statute, it states that the Board of Trustees of each school district shall prescribe an application for pupils to apply for credit for a specific course of study without having attended the regularly scheduled classes and course pursuant to NRS 389.717. I understand my time's short. I've emailed some of you, and I've also spoken with the district today, and they reached out. So hopefully we can resolve this, but I do believe your clarification and making sure that this statute is being implemented and followed will hopefully help my son and other students.
Rachel, could you please state your name for the record?
My name is Rachel Berner, and they are in here.
Thank you, Rachel. And I appreciate you acknowledging that the district has already been in touch with you. So thank you for your advocacy of your amazing humans and ensuring, thank you already, Dr. Mercer Mitchell, for making that contact and connection. All right, Dr. Beamel, could you come on up, please? After Dr. Beamel, we have Vicky Cardell. Good evening, Tiffany Beamel for the record. This week is the 2-year anniversary of the first time I spoke to you all. Some faces have changed, but I spoke on 4 topics that night: testing, a lack of fun in school, frustration at all levels, and a lack of faith in teachers' health trust. I am such a broken record. Oh, CCSD. Yesterday, we got the news that we are moving back to minimum F for final exams, meaning a student can no-show for a final, and they will still earn a 50%. So all of the speeches that we have given all year about the importance of showing up, working hard, and trying will be negated by a minimum F. This is frustrating, and I don't really know how to put the frustrations into words. If a student doesn't show up, the exam should be a 0, not a 50. I understand a 50 if a student tries and it's like a 30, but not for not showing up. This is not a good precedent to move back to. And what is the threshold? Does this mean we are moving back to minimum F for next school year? Are we ending the school year on this note to set the bar for next year? What are we doing? Changing the script this late in the game is confusing and makes no sense. We still have chronic absenteeism. In fact, I have students I have not seen in the 4th quarter because we are on block schedule and they are excused for field trips every block day. Again, with all these absences, field trips, teachers are out and off campus. We rely on our underpaid office managers to play Tetris in trying to cover classes because there are not enough substitutes taking jobs. Our district leaders need to reevaluate the importance of school office leaders and the staggering amount of work that they do on the daily, especially if you haven't seen the new payroll nonsense they have to put up with and how to pay us for all the classes that we cover, because it's crazy. The codes are insane. They are overworked, underpaid, and under constant pressure to do more for way less. Substitutes or guest teachers need to be paid more. They need some sort of benefits or incentives to do this job. It cannot be easy to do the job of a teacher for less than the pay of an employee at Starbucks. These people are educating our children too, right? There has to be a way to compensate long-term positions for the extra work that is expected of them. This job is difficult, and to do it without paid holidays, without benefits, without overtime, I work an extra 20 to 30 hours a week outside of contract, and I can't imagine doing that as an hourly employee. Talk about a true labor of love. Pay them. If CCSD can continue to find hundreds of thousands of dollars for more administrators, school murals, and tortilla chips, surely they can find budget money to give support staff and guest teachers. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Beamel. Vicky Cardell, followed by Anna Binder and Jeremy Herman.
Good evening, trustees and Dr. Larson. My name is Vicki Cardell. I'm a reading teacher in the Clark County School District and president in the Authority of that. This is a critical point in CCSD. We are facing what may be the largest shortage we've ever had of licensed educators, which is why it's vital that we do everything possible to try to retain the educators that we have now. I asked a group of educators that I know for suggestions on things the district could do to keep people here. Here are some of their suggestions, and each week I'm going to bring a few of their suggestions. One thing I've heard over and over and over is the need for good therapy. My educators cannot get therapists. They call, they use all the resources, and they're not able to get anyone. They can get a few visits with telemedicine. That's not enough when you're dealing with an important issue that needs to be handled. So I would like the district to look into a resource for our educators and our staff to be able to access. Even telemedicine therapy would be helpful. Someone said that we all enjoy when local businesses give discounts to educators, but it would be really appreciated if this was extended. Somebody suggested possibly asking casinos to give free parking for educators on weekends or something like that, so that the educators feel more appreciated. The mandatory videos that we do each year are getting really out of hand. It takes 15 to 20 hours per year for us to complete all the videos. So they're asking us either to get paid for our time, reduce the amount of videos, or let those of us who are veteran educators who've watched these many times, maybe skip a year and do them every other year. The portable situation in CCSD is really bad right now. Many are very run down. They have holes in the walls, worn out, smelly carpeting, doors that won't lock. They're not secure. And some have thermostats that are now locked so that they cannot lower the temperature below 80 degrees. So you have students and teachers in portable classrooms. Temperatures get higher now. 82 degrees this week. One of the teachers sent me a picture of the temperature in their portable. That's not acceptable. Lastly, I spoke to Dr. Delmont recently about the data breach. She told me that there really isn't much that they can do to protect our data. She said these are really bad people and they're very smart, and if they want to break into our system, they will. And if that's the case, I'm asking the district to consider providing free credit monitoring for all employees. I pay to have my credit monitored, but there's been a lot of weird phone calls that have been coming in for some of my colleagues, and we're getting concerned that our data has been leaked and we don't want our credit to be damaged. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Cardell. Ms. Finder, followed by Jeremy Herman and Andrea Moses.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the board, and of course, Mitchell, and a member for the record. I'm going to try as best as I can to stay calm while I blurt a whole bunch of this stuff out. So I've been a little inundated. I have something family going on right now, so I will admit that I am not on top of a couple of things. But when I went in and reviewed tonight's agenda earlier in the week, there's a specific website where you can look up CCSD policies. It gives you a link. You just Google CCSD policies. There's a link at the top that says, click here for, whatever. So then at the top, it's, ones coming up for consideration, ones that are up for consideration, ones that have passed, and ones that are going for final passage. That website has not been updated in a really long time. I'm aware of that. But I got concerned because tonight you guys just passed an AB 469 policy that was never on that website. Our AB 469 subcommittee hasn't met in 2 years, maybe, give or take somewhere there. Then, as Mr. Gowdy said, these policies and procedures have to be out in the public for certain periods of time before they're passed. So I haven't seen it before on an agenda. It's not on the website, but it got shoved in the consent agenda tonight. So then there's not even a red line version of it because all of those other processes were picked. So now when I get time this weekend, I have to recreate the document, go back and find this existing policy to redline my own version to see what was added or changed, because there was no public comment or no public discussion about it at all. And I haven't even had time to tell the state. So the last time this happened, and I notified the state, This board was warned about that policy and they still did it anyways, but that's not my business. But it's like, I can't even look at a policy and see a red line version when processes are getting skipped, which is not transparent and it is not fair to anyone in the public looking, which yes, sometimes is only me. I apologize for that. Then tonight, hearing another conversation that just happened in front of you was bull-faced lies. I am in the process of filing yet another federal grant fraud complaint. It's not my fault. The feds don't want to investigate you. Maybe they are. I don't know. But I literally have such concrete proof of something you were just told tonight is such a blatant lie. I just can't. I'm sick. I am sick to my stomach.
Ms. Binder, come back, please. What policy are you referring to?
Hold on, I think here, it's 2.15. Or wait, I'm sorry, but 7310. It's the 2.1 first. And it's a notice of intent, but it's not on the website.
If you're gonna continue to engage it, you may, should come up to the mic, to finish your statement, how do you want it?
Is Jeremy Herman here? Thank you, Jeremy. And followed by Andrea Moses, Heidi Lopez.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Herman. I was here a month ago on March 14th to talk about the issues that we're having at Ruthie Deskin Elementary. I came here saying that we have a principal who's known for retaliation and bullying. I came and I spoke as a whistleblower. 3 days later, I was trespassed from the school. I have not been on school property for weeks. I haven't been inside that building for months since September. I got a call from CCSD police saying that if I go to my son's school, I will be arrested for speaking out, not for anything that happened in the school, but for speaking out. So I also came here with a petition that included 58 signatures of parents who were requesting an investigation by this body. I'm wondering what's going on with that investigation. What is the status of that investigation? State law says that we can request that investigation if 5% of the parents of the kids at that school signed. We had, I think our threshold number was 27. We had 58 signatures. So please investigate our school. We have serious problems. There are 3 more parents here to talk about the problems that we're still having, continuing to have, and the issues aren't going away. So we're not going to go away. We're going to continue to stand up here and ask for accountability. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, my name is Andrea Moses. You saw me last month on March 14th. I was here to speak about my son, Henry, who was a student in the primary autism kindergarten classroom. My son has not been to school in a month. And last week, his father and I made the choice to withdraw him from school. That was not an easy choice. My son wakes up every day asking me why he can't go to school, and he wants to see his friends and learn. Nothing has been done at Ruth Deskin. Nothing is changing. Parents are being kicked off of campus. They can't even go see their children. There is still no licensed teacher in that classroom. Yet they send me emails assuring me that they can handle my son and his needs. Where's the confidence in that? I'm going to send him back to the same situation. If things in that classroom were going on in my personal home, they would be investigated by Child Protective Services. So why is nothing being done? I have called case management. I have tried to get him into his own school. I am being told there is no room for my son. I am being denied giving my son the education he's entitled to. And that's a problem. What do you expect us parents to do? We contact all the people, we reach out to everybody, and we get the runaround. As parents, we are at the end. What do we do? When is enough enough? And when do our children get the education they're entitled to that every other child should be getting? Thank you. Heidi Lopez. Followed by Ivan K. Lewis.
Hi, I'm Heidi Lopez, and I came to you a month ago with the concerns of Ruby Dustin and our children. Nothing has been done. We see here, I still stand with you for you guys to do something. What is it gonna take? We still have children eloping. I have parents that are afraid to come forth because of the parents that did the last time, they got retaliation against. Not just them, but our children that are non-verbal. We are their advocate. And you want us to be involved, and here we are come before you, and nothing has been done to it. Our children are at stake. They are our future. When is the school going to be held accountable? When is someone going to stand up for them? You guys are all sitting here. We come before you with all our concerns for their well-being, for their education. And when the truth comes out, and it will, where were you? Were you sitting, or were you doing something to help our children and their future and let them have a good experience? And this is not okay. It is not okay for our children that were once loving, happy-go-lucky children that love to go to school to be told that they're combative, they're running, they're spitting, they're hitting, that we're doing before. And if you need the proof, I'll give you the proof, because I have receipts. I'm involved with my children and what's going on, because it matters to me what happens with them and where they will go. And if you guys aren't going to care, someone's going to care. Someone's going to hear us. Someone's going to help us step up, and someone's going to do something. You guys are all in this field. You should care. If we're coming to you as a concerned parent, we're not disgruntled. We're caring parents that care about our children's well-being and what's going on in their school. And when we reach out to you and we're being met with retaliation and intimidation, that's not okay. You want your kids going to a school where you're being intimidated or retaliated against because you came to them as a concern? Because I did all the right things. I made a whole night call before I ever had to pull my child. I called, I emailed, I came and met, and yet still I had to pull him to show you there is something going on in room 80. And it's not with just my child, it's not with many, many more. I have parents that come and contact me, can't bring up their names, but their children are coming home with bruises and are lethargically tired. My child has come home lethargically tired, where he just falls asleep. I turn around there, he's fallen asleep. And not just that, he's come home with disintegrating diapers. And you know what, parents, this is not okay. It is not. Do something. What is it going to take for someone to stand up for our children, not just as parents, but as people, as a community? We need to stand up and say enough is enough, and let's do something. Let them have a great experience, because this is how it's a life. You know what I mean? This what's going on right now is going to be the interdict of their life, or what's going to go on in school for them. And it starts with all of us doing something for them and standing up. Do something.
Excuse my voice. I spoken out to you guys. I spent the Lewis and he's been treated. I still haven't been treated. I don't know what else to do. I tried. I screamed. I wrote letters. Email people. My kids went, and it is so uncomfortable. And every morning when I drop my son off to school, I gotta pray over my baby. I pray over my child, because I don't know what's gonna happen. Is today gonna be the day that Theo loves and somebody kidnaps him? Is today gonna be the day that Theo loves me gets bit by a dog? Is today gonna be the day that Theo loves? And maybe, just maybe, he just gets far away to where nobody even notices that he's gone. And my baby is gone forever. Like, that school is putting my child in danger. And the fact that I have to send my child to school every day. I can't keep my baby at home. My baby is safe when he's with me. But when I send him to that school, I'm sending him into the lion's den. Straight into the lion's den. Like, there's no support at all. Like, I don't know what else you want from me as his mother, because I feel like if the tables were turned, I would be investigated. I would be investigated. As a matter of fact, I just got a letter today stating that my son's absences are so excessive that I need to contact his school. Why does my son have so many unexcused excessive absences in my school? Because I sent him to the lion's den. My baby's not safe. So I have to keep him home. Like, he's missing out on education because he's not safe, and that's not fair to him. It's not fair to me. So I'm asking you and I'm begging you, please, please, please do something, investigate. Give us somebody that is properly trained in the classroom that will understand our children and not look at them as their burdens. Because that's how these teachers are looking at our children, as if they're burdens, and our babies didn't ask to be born this way. They didn't ask that. So we're dealing with the cards that we were dealt, and all we're asking is for the support and love and compassion. And you guys, please, I'm just asking and begging, please, just investigate, do something, put someone in this classroom that are educated and are going to love our children, that are going to look at our babies like that they're beautiful kids and they deserve an education. That's all I'm asking, please. And thank you for your time.
Okay, colleagues, that concludes public comments. And move on to item 5.01. That's the upcoming board meeting of the Board of Trustees on April 25th at 5 p.m. here in the boardroom. I'm looking at this time for a motion to adjourn. Trustee Zamora.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn today's meeting.
Thank you, Trustee Zamora. Trustee Blumenthal Adam.
Second that motion.
Thank you, Trustee Blumenthal Adams. Colleagues, we have a motion by Trustee Zamora, second by Trustee Blumenthal Adams. Please cast your vote. Thank you, colleagues. The motion passes 6-0. Time is 6.